Thanks. Thanks, Heather. Welcome everyone to the call. My name's Graham Mitchell, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the Autonomous Mining Working Group, but also one of the co-participate members on the zero entry mining white paper development. The white paper's been in development for quite a few months, and we're at a point now where I'm not sure how much everyone's got an update where it was previously, but it's getting close to publication, and that's what I'm just going to run through here, just to give some context around what it's sort of about, and then lead into the timeline and sort of next steps. That safety share was very it was quite challenging for me just looking at it. One of the key concepts in the early stage of white paper development, and you'll see it when it's published, there's about 9 key concepts. And one of those, the first key concept is if no one is in the mine, then no one can get hurt or killed. And and one of the challenges within zero entry mining is it's not as much as a technical challenge as it is a mindset challenge. And there's probably some people that will challenge that sort of thinking. But if you think of when I think JFK in America decided to go to the moon, their mindset was that they wanted to go and get there, and there was technical challenges, but they overcame them. And it's the same in this zero entry mining. There are technical challenges, but getting the mindset changed of a different way of working within that mining ecosystem is where there needs to be a lot of work done. So anyway, I'll work through this. So zero entry mining is a concept. So this is an exploratory document, the white paper, where mining is carried out without people in the mine, hence eliminating the health and safety exposures, while also improving efficiency and reducing capital and operating costs. Zero entry mining will also unlock new resources currently unable to be mined using traditional methods. As we go deeper to get more resources, we can't put people down in those harsh environments. So this is one avenue that can be explored to get over those. And as we all sort of know, the mining industry faces a number of significant challenges. Minerals and metals becoming more difficult to access. The capital intensity to produce an annual ton of metal has increased dramatically. The OPEX has gone up. The productivity within the mining has plateaued, and actually getting skilled people to mine those resources is an increasing challenge. So zero entry mining offers an evolutionary pathway to assist with many of these challenges. Now, zero entry mining doesn't equate to 0 people in the mine. And I've put together one slide, the next slide, with just to give you, it's a pretty basic slide, but it'll hopefully give everyone an idea of what we're talking about. So if you can just go to that, thanks, Heather. So there you can see there's underground or surface is equivalent to both of them. It's applicable to both. And you've got surface mining zero entry operations areas where there's, it's got no people there. You've got underground mining zero entry operations with no people. And then you've got maintenance facilities, whether it be underground or on surface, and people are out in those areas. And then obviously in the remote operations centre, you'll have lots of people. So whilst there be no people in those underground or surface zero entry operations areas, a lot of people will be, have a skills migration or their roles be new roles with different skills, and they'll be transitioning to more of the surface areas or the remote operation centres. Now, the other thing is, within a particular mine, you might have a traditional mine where you've got different, say an underground one with different development areas, and you can actually, one of those areas, you cordon off and call that a zero entry operations area. So, and there's examples of that today where it's actually being done. So it's not anything new, but it's actually, I guess, the end goal, or the audacious goal we've got, is to actually go down this road in a period of time, and that's what we're talking about today. Next slide, please. So the progress on the white paper. So we underwent an extensive review of the white paper with a large group of stakeholders. One of the messages that was raised that we needed to make sure that we were giving the message that it's an exploratory document, and it wasn't something that miners or OEMs had to do like today. And there was going to be a lot of pressure on everyone. There's a lot of areas which you'll see in the discussion paper topics that we need to cover off, and that's going to take a while to get through. So it's a long journey that we're going on, or we're embarking on here, but that's what this is all about. So in the white paper development, we identified 9 discussion paper topics, and we're considering those as an anthology of papers supporting the goal of zero entry mining. And once all those have been developed, then it's only then that we'll put together a roadmap and with certain activities of what can be laid out and what can be achieved on that roadmap. Next slide, please. This here is just again another simple graphic just to sort of help illustrate what we're planning or doing. At the top there, you got zero entry mining white paper, which is what we're sort of doing at the moment. That should be published around the end of May. Then there's 9 different discussion documents. There's mining process, mine design, interoperability, people, brownfield applications, system engineering approach, enablers and barriers, legal and ethical, and the business case. Now, all those will get done, and I've got a slide on just a timeline on how we're doing them. They'll go and develop a package there, the zero entry mining anthology, and then all the boxes on the left there down the bottom, we've got the stakeholders or decision makers within organisations, so the executives and other people within the organisations, donors. They include OEMs, academia, and R&D companies. Receptors, the people who are going to take this, so the mining companies and designers. The users, mine planners, operations teams, supporters, trainers, maintainers, and then the community and government. We need to make sure we engage with them. An output of that will be, once we've got all that done and the engagement process, then the outputs of those, that's when we're looking at the zero entry mining roadmap. So it's not like tomorrow, it's a fair way down the track, but that's, I guess, the sort of a development roadmap that we're to get to that zero entry mining roadmap position. The timeline's the next slide. So as you can see there, this is just a higher level timeline. There's a lot of detail underlying this, but I won't show that now. But within each, and they're in particular order. So we looked at what should we do now, and what can we leave to later. And obviously brownfield applications we need to leave to the end, and the business case we need to leave to the end, and people, because we need to understand what the mining process is. There's going to be new ways of mining to actually achieve the zero entry approach. So until we work out the mining process and the mining methods and the systems engineering approach, then we really need to not start spending much effort on those latter sort of areas. We put pretty much just 6 months timeline for each discussion paper. The first two we'll do in parallel, and I guess the first two will be like a test case to see how it's working, and can we make any improvements? Can we accelerate this whole development? We got within, and one of the things I'll ask at the end here is if you're interested in getting involved in this group, then there'll be a QR code and an email link to join up. But is there opportunities for, if we have more people with subject matter expert knowledge or passionate about different areas, then maybe we might be able to develop these at a faster than what's shown here. Within each of those, the detail within each of those areas, there's we've got mining community workshops to make sure that we engage the whole community and get their feedback, allow time for reviews and incorporate those. We've got a number of webinars and steering committee reviews, and then to get them each discussion paper signed off, and it'll be published. We'll get the board level, the GMG board level will sign off on that. So that's pretty much those, and so that's pretty much that. And where we are at the moment, what the next steps are, we've got to finalise the framework for the development of the various discussion papers. So we've got a broad outline where, within each discussion paper, there's going to need to be a current state, a future state, barriers to getting there, what are the significant risks, and what's the value created by that particular discussion paper. And as I said before, the white papers will be published by the end of May, and then we want to commence discussion paper developments in June. So yeah, if anyone wants to get involved in the Zero Entry project, then you can either email Neil on the email address there, or scan the QR code now, and it'll ask you a few number of questions, and you'll give Ian in the picture on everything.